guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a video on what to expect from the AMC major at FIT. So if you are watching this, you're either interested in applying and don't know whether to choose between AMC and FBM, so I will get to that towards the end of the video. Just want general information because the website is very outdated, and even though looking back it kind of does encapsulate what the major is, I feel like listening to real students' experiences and journeys with the program is very important to listen to. I wanted to make more videos on it because not a lot of people make videos about AMC. So if you're an AMC right now, give this video a thumbs up, or if you're thinking about it, still give it a thumbs up. So be sure to subscribe, comment down below what you would like to see next from like my FIT series. So let's just get into the video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about are things that you may like about the program. So what I personally like about the program is that it's very versatile on what you could become when you're graduating. So the major is very open to different careers, which means that you can either become a journalist, you can become a marketer, you can become a social media manager, you can become a wedding planner. Like what? You can become a real estate agent, you can become a radio person, like a spokesperson. So like what that means is that like the major is very much open to a lot of opportunities. It's not very concentrated and too particular, but for me that's something I really like, just because I know I'm not the only one that doesn't really like the concept of staying in the same space in this, like my whole life, in the same exact position for like my entire life. So I really like the idea of being able to move around, you know, interview with a bunch of different companies. So that's something I really enjoy about the program so far. I'm currently in my 4th semester. I feel like they kind of went into on the website, but I could really see how this program will set you up to be in a different array of careers, which is very convenient. So that's the first thing I like, is that you basically can just get any job that's kind of geared towards marketing, advertising, writing. So the second thing I like about AMC is like I said, to piggyback off what I said, is that for your bachelor's program you can go into a bunch of different things. So you can go into CFM, which is cosmetic fragrance marketing. You can go into FBM, which is fashion business management. You can stay in AMC, or you can go into things like entrepreneurship, international business, indirect marketing, direct marketing, a bunch of different things. A lot of people may or may not like AMC in their associates and may want to venture off into cosmetics or venture off into fashion. So like that's something that I really like about the program, is that like it's not a waste if you decide to change your mind or change your concentration on what you do. So a lot of people I know do the path of being an AMC and then going into cosmetic fragrance marketing, or being an FBM and then going into AMC. So it's just a matter of what you want to curate your career as. Third thing I really like about the program is that, of course, it's literally one of the biggest majors at the school, so you meet a ton of people. Like you meet international students, you meet like older people that may be wanting to like revamp their career, which is awesome. Like you meet a bunch of people that have their own businesses, which there's so many, I don't want to say famous people, but like there's so many people that have such a like cool presence on campus. So that's why I really like that the school is very motivating, and like the girl next to you could be like having a Chanel internship, and then the other person could have like a Louis Vuitton internship, and you're just like, wow, I need to get one of, like I need to get my own internship. There's so much motivation happening, and it's like competitive in a sense, but it's more so like you're just like proud of people. Like I mean, like I bet there's people that are at FIT that are jealous about other people getting these opportunities, but like you have to make your own opportunities. You can't like get opportunities by looking at other people's opportunities, you know what I mean? But since I'm just so motivated, and there's like so much alumni that have their own businesses, and there's just like so many opportunities that come with the school that I just love. So that's another plus about the program. Okay, so the fourth thing that I really love about AMC is that like all the interns that I've had, like the internships I've had, like they have said something about me going to FIT and how they thought that was a plus in their book. And like I just thought that was really interesting, because I feel like FIT students have this like edge over other students, because a lot of people think and know that FIT students are like very creative and they're very motivated and like eager, and they're just ready to be in like the workforce. And like that's something I found really interesting. If I went to a different school, if that would be the same thing, you will get the best internships, or like if they're not the best, second best internships, just because you go to the school. That's something I really liked about FIT, is that they don't necessarily like show like, oh my god, we're like the #1 school, blah blah blah. They're not very like braggy about it, but when it comes to the important things, which are job interviews and like applications, a lot of companies do like seeing FIT on their on like resumes. So definitely a plus if you go to FIT. Be sure to brag about that on your resume, because a lot of companies do actually look for that, which is really interesting. So that's something else I like about the AMC program, and then again as FIT in general. So the fifth thing I really like is that classes are actually so interesting. So like we cover everything from public relations to like more current topics like social media and like search engine optimization and like that kind of thing. And I really like how it's a blend of old things. So like, you know, those like really like cringe commercials that you saw as a kid like on the Nickelodeon, like we learn about that stuff, which is like kind of funny to learn about it now, but it is really important. But then we also learn about like social media and like TikTok, and like we have like Charlie D'Amelio in our PowerPoint. So like it's really interesting to see like the change in how marketing strategies have evolved. Big thing about marketing is that it changes. It's not very a stagnant topic to teach, like, you know, like say math. Like math doesn't really change that much. So being in FIT and like taking marketing as a course, it's just really interesting, because like you might have a completely different learning experience than someone like 5 years ago, because like there was no TikTok reels, like there was no like anything like that. So like that's something that I find really interesting about FIT and like the classes in general, that they're very current. And like even if they're not current, I feel like those classes are really like important in the curriculum to learn. I do love that about the classes, that there's some variation in like old and new, because if I was just learning about like everything new that I already kind of know already, like how to make a reel, like how to use hashtags, you know, like that kind of thing, it would kind of get boring because I already know how to do that. But then since they kind of incorporate direct marketing, they incorporate public relations, like stuff that people may not know, it's really interesting. And like vice versa, people could be very familiar with like direct mail but not so familiar with like social media. So like that balance of the classes and the curriculum is really good for students, and I personally really like myself. Other things are the professors. A lot of professors at FIT do come from really cool and unique backgrounds. So like the professors don't necessarily go to school to teach marketing. You know, they have been like in a marketing agency, or they worked for, you know, Coca-Cola, Revlon, like all these like really big brands, and then they go after their career and then teach FIT students. But the actual people that have been teaching me so far have been like really nice. I could like honestly say that my professors haven't been like the cocky, arrogant people that like some people expect them to be. Like the professors in the AMC program are very friendly. They're also kind of old, which is like something that is like a hit or miss in some areas. Professor are teaching like something current, and then they're kind of older, so they don't really know the trends and like stuff like that. But like for the professors that are teaching like public relations and like mass communications, which are just some classes you take in your AMC, those professors are very knowledgeable as they were in it. So that's something that I really enjoy about FIT, is that their classes for the AMC classes are very like thorough, and like the professors are really helpful. Okay, so now to go into things that you may not like about the program. By the way, this is not me trying to be like negative or anything. This is just me trying to figure out and give you guys information about the program, or things that are really important to you and you want to learn about. This might not be the program for you, or you might want to consider going into a different school. The thing that I find that a lot of students are like struggling with currently is that they expected AMC to set you up for a graphic design major. Just you do a little bit of like the Adobe Creative Studio classes. It's not a major where you learn a lot about like graphic design and like that kind of thing. So a lot of students see AMC and then they see a program that's in the art school called advertising and digital design, I think it's called, and unfortunately you cannot apply for that program if you're in the business school. You can't go into a different school. You can only stay within your own school. So that is something that a lot of students don't expect. They kind of expect like, oh, I can go from AMC and do business and then later on do graphic design, which you can't do because you need a portfolio, you need a different application for that. So if graphic design is something that you really want to do and you really want to focus on, there's two options. So you can either apply for the art school and go into communication design, or you can do what I'm doing, which there's a bunch of minors that actually you can minor in art and design. They have two. They have creative technology and they have design thinking, I think it's called. I'm in the program, but I just don't remember the name. I'm pretty sure it's design thinking, but classes are basically additional courses you can take in conjunction with your major area courses that do give you that creative aspect, but you will graduate with a business degree. So if that's something that you're really interested in, I would definitely speak to like an academic advisor on how to start your minor or how to apply for a different school. But I want to make sure you guys know that like AMC, yes, it's like marketing and advertising. I think you only take like 2 Adobe classes in your entirety of your program. So again, if that's something that you're really interested in, FIT does offer that, but it's not this program. So the second thing that you may not like about it is that it is a big program. At the time, there would be like very little sections and like a big amount of people trying to get into sections. So it does become harder to make a schedule. So if you're someone who needs like Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, like that might be a little hard because like depending on when you register is when you are able to sign up for classes. So if you're a commuter, let's say, and you really want to be an AMC but you're not sure if you can commit to like a flexible schedule during the school year, then AMC is a really big program that does have a lot of students. So unfortunately you can't just like change up and be like, you know what, I don't want to take the class Tuesday, I actually want to take it like Friday. So like a lot of people are trying to get into the same classes as you, sub or something, or if you have to like babysit, I would definitely consider that before getting into AMC. I've noticed in particular that AMC has very like little sections for the amount of people that are in the majors. Last thing that you may not like, this part is like kind of obvious but like not really. I feel like, I don't know. So the last thing is that there is a communication aspect of this major. Like it's called advertising, marketing, and communications. So in your associate's degree, you don't really see that communications part like come out. You don't really have classes geared towards communication. So again, if that's something you really want, then like you may not be able to have that through this program. But a lot of people did like the advertising and marketing side of the program. So that side is very prevalent in the associates, but once you go into your bachelor's, that is when you go into your communications. So what that means is that like you're gonna have to take like a video studio production class. You also have to take like a multimedia radio class. I'm not really sure what it's called, to be honest, but a lot of people forget that because I was applying for my major, my bachelor's degree, and then like a lot of my friends were like, oh my god, I didn't even realize that we have to take like a radio class. But like communications is part of the name, and like that's what communications is. So if that's something that like makes you like uncomfortable or like you just don't have any interest in doing, I would consider either like switching in your bachelor's. Like I said before, you can go into a bunch of different things, but AMC in the bachelor's program is communications. Like it is like TV and like learning how to be a spokesperson and like that kind of thing is part of the program. So I think a lot of people forget that because you don't see it at all in the associates program, so people just assume that it's like not there, but it is there. Like it is there, it's just like you don't notice it. So those are just some things that I wanted to pick up on from the major and like what to expect. Hope that was like helpful. Like let me know in the comments if that was helpful. If you have any questions, I'm always open to answering them. It's like, I know for me, I kind of just like had no idea and like didn't know what to expect, and I hope this video kind of gave you guys like a little bit of an insight on what it's actually like to be in the AMC program. So with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.